get started. And so Alabama, they fell short against LSU this weekend in a very good game, very thrilling game. I enjoyed watching it. Um, they lost 32-31. LSU went for 2-point conversion and um, to put away Alabama to avoid going into overtime, and they were able to get it. Jason Taylor's son caught the game-winning conversion. And so now Alabama has 2 losses. And this is a team that we're used to either seeing at number 1 or somewhere around number 1. They're in the playoffs, it seems like every year. And so, Ray, is this it for Alabama? Is the reign over? Has everyone else, because of NIL and transfer portal type stuff, has caught up with Alabama?
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be tough for Alabama to have the dominance that they've had because recruiting was always so big. I mean, a lot of people get on me about talking about other coaches, but I've always said I didn't believe Nick Saban was a great coach. I believe he had more horses than everybody else. And for a long time, that's what the deal is. You know, if you uh, see Alabama play, if a team is really whooping Alabama, it's hard for Alabama to come back and win unless one of those players do something heroic. It ain't like what the coach did that really changed everything and all that kind of stuff. It was more so somebody intercepted the ball and ran it straight back, or the quarterback did something spectacular and won the game. I know it's a team sport, and everybody they win and lose as a group. But at the same time, the coach is the one that's collecting all the money. Now that's changed because of the NIL deal, and players can move around and they can go to different colleges. And I think that other schools can offer more than what Alabama can as far as NIL, because it's only so much endorsements and all that you can give scatter around to players. You get a player to go up to the school where he's the man, like you take some of these other quarterbacks that's not at Alabama. Okay, they may want to go somewhere where they can shine a little bit, and that's what's happening. And Alabama had a good run, but I think now it's gonna be some of these other schools, USC, Michigan, Ohio State, Clemson, all of these schools look like Tennessee is going to be there for a while. So, yeah, I think it's beginning to change a little bit.
Yeah. Buck, what do you think? Is it over for Alabama?
I don't think it's over for Alabama just yet. Mainly because they still getting top recruits, and the Saban factor, that alone should keep them irrelevant. Now, we got 6 teams now that are going to be vying for spots now for the playoffs. So as long as Alabama can, not lose any more games the rest of this season, I see them being one of those top 6 teams. Um, it's just, is it talent related to a certain degree? Maybe, but Satan usually, he's got a style system that he brings in there to Alabama, and these guys play at a high level at all time, high level. So with that being said, yeah, they've kind of slipped in the recent weeks, to get 2 losses, but we know, by just sure luck that these guys gonna fool around and just try to, as long as they win the rest of their games, they'll be in that top 6. So will it affect them in the future? Possibly, because of the portal and the NIL deal or whatnot. It's going to affect them a little bit. But again, Saban seems like he always gets the best out of his players. He's always coaching. He's always pushing. He's, making these guys play at a high level. So only time will tell. But for me, I don't think it'll hurt them a little bit. But in the long run, these guys going to be in that top 6.